We're comparing two icons of writing, a new Parker 51 and a vintage Parker 51 manufactured in 1945. In this video, we'll see why some people prefer the modern version while others stay loyal to the original classic. I'll show you differences in the design, function, and most importantly, how they write. Plus, I have a price surprise if you're considering a fountain pen for the first time. This is truly a head-to-head, a vintage classic compared with the modern, reimagined version of one of the world's most famous pens. In case you don't know, the Parker 51s were introduced in 1941 or thereabout, and they were built into the early 1980s. Most production stopped in the 1970s. They were reintroduced in 2021 with an updated design. The new one I'll be using was purchased in 2025. Both of these pens feature black barrels with gold-colored caps. Both feature medium gold Parker nibs. They're each filled with J. Herbin's Perle Noire black ink. And for the writing test, I'll be using Crane's Kid Finish, a 100% cotton fiber paper. But before we put pen to paper, let's look at what makes these pens different beyond the 80 years between their manufacture dates. The new Parker 51 is slightly larger when capped, but the body of the pen is actually shorter than the vintage one when uncapped. It has a modern resin body or upscale plastic and a screw-on cap that feels more secure in everyday use. It fills with ink via a converter, a refillable reservoir that can also be swapped for standard ink cartridges, making it convenient for some people. The vintage 1945 Parker 51 is just a touch lighter in the hand. The weight difference is about 2 grams. Again, the body of the vintage is actually a wee bit longer when uncapped. The material has the feel of early lucite rather than modern resin. Its cap slips on and is held in place by friction, giving it that effortless vintage charm. The nib is hooded, just like the new model. And the nib on this one is more compact in its appearance. Less of the nib is exposed on either side of the pen, making it more elegant. But the filling system is completely different. This pen uses a vacuum fill system. It's a clever design where the ink is drawn into the barrel with a plunger, a lot like a syringe in reverse. Now for the writing test, and we'll start with the new Parker 51. It glides smoothly with a constant and generous ink flow. This medium nib delivers a true medium line. I might say this is on the heavy side. It's rich and steady, I'll say that for sure. I enjoy this pen very much. It's elegant, it's reliable, and it's been easy to use since I bought it. Some enthusiasts, however, dislike the new Parker 51 because it feels more like a modern pen dressed in vintage clothing. They'll say it lacks the soul and unique character of the originals. Now the vintage 1945 model. This one feels lighter in the hand. The nib is marked as a medium. You can't see it, but it is. It writes closer to fine. There's more feedback here. I can feel this nib against the paper. You might can hear it. And the line is definitely more delicate than the new version. That feedback and line variation often come from restoration work. Many vintage pens have had nibs adjusted or polished over the decades, changing the way they write. For many enthusiasts, that's exactly the charm of a vintage Parker 51. And now for the price surprise I mentioned. A brand new Parker 51 retails just under $300 US, around 250 pounds in the UK. Meanwhile, a restored vintage Parker 51, even from 1945, can be found for around 60 to 90 pounds, $100 in the US. That's because Parker produced millions of these pens, so while they're vintage, they're not all especially rare. This makes the Parker 51 one of the easiest ways to start collecting vintage fountain pens or simply add a piece of history to your writing desk. If you own a vintage Parker 51, I'd love to hear in the comments how yours writes. This is my second vintage 51, and I do truly enjoy writing with it. But I also enjoy my new Parker 51. It's a modern reimagining of a classic, and I'm glad Parker has kept the name alive. How about you? Which do you prefer? The sleek modern reliability or the character and history of vintage? Thanks for being here.